Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll, all in one station, mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY, New Waverly, Texas, 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Good morning and welcome to today's Entrepreneur. I'm Armani Cassell with head instructor Tisha Butler from the Wade Dojo.
Hi.
Mm-hmm. And so let's start with the inspiration for how you got into starting a family dojo and into martial arts and how that happened.
Well, when my kids were little, I have 4 kids, so I was looking for something they could all do in one place. So I joined a martial arts school, Taekwondo, put them all in it. They had a fitness class for me to do at the same time, so it seemed to work out great. A couple of months after being there, they had a free women's self-defense class. So it's like, well, I need to do this, 4 kids, I'm home alone with them a lot. Signed up for it, and on the break, I'm in the parking lot calling my husband, like, I've got to do this, I've got to join this, it's so important. And so he's like, well, how much does it cost? When is it? I'm like, I don't know, I just know I have to do it. So I joined Krav Maga class, and a couple of months after that, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and then Taekwondo, and Bahal and on. I became very passionate about martial arts. So you got
really involved into all the different martial arts.
Yes. And as my kids went along their journey, they got into competing. One of my daughters started making the national team at age 13, and she's a world-ranked fighter. Wow. So martial arts gave us a lot as a family. It helped us bond, it gave us a sense of community, helped us meet some amazing people from all over the world. And in the back of my mind, it was always like, one of these days I want to own my own place. Right. And so, in fact, the school that we started at, it was owned by a family, mother, father, their kids. The adult kids helped out in it, and I just thought that would be wonderful. That'd be something wonderful to share with my kids. So when the opportunity came up, we found the perfect place, and we just decided to go for it.
So that's been about a 10-year process?
Yes, a 10-year journey for us. So definitely embarking on a new stage of our martial arts journey now.
And I was going to introduce a question that I had for as an example of journeys to a black belt, and if that's interrupted in any way, how would you get back on that path?
And it actually happens a lot. My oldest daughter did Taekwondo when she was younger, and then I had baby number 4, and we got out of it for a while, and then when we all got into it, she started over. She was a blue belt, so she had to start over. Sometimes you have to do that if it's a different type of martial art or if you've been out of it for a while. At our school, we honor any Kukiwan black belt, so anybody coming to our school with a Kukiwan black belt, we honor it. But it's, really wonderful to go ahead and start back on that journey if you have to take a break.
And I noticed you mentioned multiple different martial arts, so can you tell us about what you offer there at the Way?
Yes, we teach Taekwondo, so we have unlimited Taekwondo programs. We also, off of Taekwondo, we have a competition team, so if you wanted to get into the competing and see where that could take you, Becca Butler, my daughter, is our head coach. She's a world-ranked fighter, so she's been there and knows how to help your child get there. Also, we have a leadership team, and we offer leadership in all of our classes, but this is a program that takes it to the next level. There's an actual curriculum. We go through different life skills, so they're either working on focus and what is focus, and how do you set a goal? And once you set a goal, how do you focus on that goal and accomplishment? Or self-discipline. What's the difference between someone having to make you do it and you doing it yourself?
Right.
Confidence. How do you be confident? How do you communicate with people? So that program handles all of the skills that you need off the mats beyond being able to kick or punch. And then we have special needs programs and homeschool PE that is Taekwondo-based programs.
Okay.
And in addition to that, we have Krav Maga and Kadima Women's Self-Defense and Cage Fitness.
And we'll definitely get into self-defense, especially later, especially now with current events. So make sure to talk about that. But and that's one other thing is that I noticed you don't have to be in a competitive role with martial arts.
No, everybody's journey to black belt is unique. So even amongst Taekwondo, you can have a journey that involves a lot of competing, like Becca did, or a journey like mine that is more about learning the skills on the mat and
Okay.
passing through the belts. And then the Krav Maga and Kadima Women's Self-Defense programs are not competition-based at all. You do not go to competitions. You learn how to defend yourself.
So tell me more about Krav Maga. You mentioned that it's, like I said, non-competitive, and
Yes.
what all is involved with
Krav Maga is Israeli hand-to-hand combat. So it is a martial art that's developed to teach you how to get out of a bad situation, to teach you how to keep fighting, to teach you how to disarm knives, guns, whatever is coming at you, to teach you how to continue to move forward and do whatever it takes to get away.
And so you offer, in terms of what's your age range for all
Krav
of your-
Maga and the Kadima Women's Self-Defense, I start people at age 14 because it is a little bit more serious martial art, and you need to have the maturity to
Right.
understand what you're learning. Taekwondo, we start them out. We have a student that's 2.5 years old, all the way up to a student that's 74 years old. So it is any age.
Wow, that's awesome. So, and you also mentioned a program, Little Ninjas.
Yes.
Is it?
Little Ninjas is a program we have. The classes are at noon every day, and it's for 2 to 4-year-olds, and we offer the Cage Fitness at the same time. So mom can get a
okay.
workout, and the little ninja can learn all the basics of Taekwondo and martial arts, and so it's really awesome.
Yeah, that's really great, both for in terms of the community aspect, since you mentioned that the journey to black belt is not just the journey, but also the community, and that's what makes the way unique.
Yes, it was my vision to not just create a program where you come, you step on the mats, do your class, and then you leave. I wanted a community. It was something that made my family fall in love with martial arts. It was belonging to that community where we got to know the instructors, we got to know the families, and we all went through this journey together. You know, they were there to help us mature our children into leaders, and so that was important to me, to create a place where families love being a part of the community, where, you know, sometimes I have students that it's an hour after class and they're still there because they want to hang out, and I really love that.
All right, well, let's get into the self-defense part, especially regarding current events, unfortunately, going on. Let's start with the kids and how they can respond and how they get into the right mindset for the situations.
From day one in our kids program, I teach them my 3 main rules of self-defense. And rule number 1 is to be focused, to stay focused on the adults they're supposed to be with. That way they don't wander off and get separated from the group. Rule number 2 is, if you do get separated from the group, know who's safe, know where to go for help. So if you're in a grocery store, go up to a cashier. If you're at a park, a mom with a whole bunch of kids, go up to her and say, I can't find my mom, I need help. Rule number 3 is, if something's happening, to yell and tell. So to create a scene, to use, I tell the kids they have a superpower. Their voices can reach pitches that adults, you know, just sets us off.
Right.
So scream as loud as you can. Let people know you need help. So, and we practice that. And the kids, you know, it gets very loud in there on the mats. They're screaming and, I need help, you're not my mom. But they're learning how to use their voice.
And to not be, like you said, make yourself a harder target.
Yes, absolutely.
And transitioning on to higher ranges, what's the more important things for them?
not ever having to use self-defense is the best self-defense. So never being in a situation where you have to learn all those cool ninja moves you learn, you know, and that starts with being aware. In today's society where everybody's on their phone, so you're walking through the grocery store and you're texting people and you're scrolling through Facebook, and you haven't noticed that there's someone that's followed you down every aisle of the grocery store, through the checkout, and is now following you back to your car. So if you just look up, if you pay attention, if you disconnect from, you know, all the social media and your phone for a second, you would notice that you were being stalked, that you're being selected as a target. So first thing, don't be code white. Code white is completely unaware. Code 2 or code yellow is you are aware, you're paying attention, you're looking behind you, you're noticing who's around you, you know where the exits are. You notice if someone looks out of place or they're acting strange. You're listening to your gut. And then code orange would be, okay, something's tripped your alarm. You know, you're in a parking garage and someone's following too closely. So you make a plan. You think, if he does this, I'm going to do that. So you're like, okay, I'm going to turn down here. If he follows, I'm going to use the SOS function on my phone, call 911, turn around, and set very strong verbal boundaries. And then code red would be you're under attack. So this is where the worst case scenarios happen, and you have to rely on that training. And you let your training kick in, and you fight back, and you give it whatever it takes to survive.
And for individuals who aren't necessarily like in that training mindset yet, what is your advice to them in terms of
fight with everything you've got? Create a scene, make yourself a hard target. Punch, kick, eye gouge, whatever it takes. Just know that you are going to be the one that survives and do everything it takes to be that one.
And I wanted to get back to also Krav Maga, how you mentioned that unfortunately with the situations both with guns and also with Houston being what it is with that statistic you mentioned.
Yes, so 1 in 6 women are raped. Every 92 seconds in the United States a woman is raped. And Houston is the sex trafficking capital of Texas and one of the main hubs in the U.S. So it is sadly something that we all have to be aware of and we have to take seriously. There are in programs that Krav Maga and stuff, you learn how to disarm guns and knives. That does take training. There are lots of great self-defense programs out there that you can stop in occasionally. We offer free women's self-defense every Saturday from 11 to noon. So get out there, learn, gain knowledge.
And you mentioned the name of it is Kadima Self-Defense. Can you tell me about the name too as well?
One of my instructors that taught me Krav Maga has a women's self-defense program called Team Kadima. And it's taking self-defense to the next level. So it's training and it's gaining knowledge. And I loved the fact that he used that word. So Kadima means to not retreat, to move forward.
Okay.
So when I opened my own school, I was like, can I use this? Because I love the meaning of that word. So.
That's great. And I do agree with that that word too. I like the meaning behind it. And so tell me more about as well for what makes the dojo, the Way Dojo, unique.
One thing, it's run by me and 2 of my daughters, so it's female owned and run, so that's really unique. And then also the fact that 1, we offer free self-defense every Saturday, and 2, we are looking to create that community, that we are looking to create leaders, both on the mats and off the mats. We don't want to just teach your kid how to do a back kick. We want to teach your kid how to live with integrity, how to persevere in life, how to treat people with courtesy. So I believe that makes us unique.
That's right. And one more time, we went again with the location and phone number.
We are located at 32818 Tamina Road in Magnolia, so it's right off at 1488. Really convenient here for the Woodlands. And our phone number is 346-345-7100.
And you had a special
Yes, we're doing a back to school special right now. It's $99 for 4 weeks of unlimited Taekwondo.
That's really good.
Uniform, T-shirt, and a voucher for free parents' night out, so the parents get something out of it too.
And one more inspirational thing that you want to share with the audience in terms of being prepared and being focused.
Yes, always be prepared, always stay focused. Don't live in fear, but know that you have to pay attention to what's around you.
And again, I want to thank you again so much for coming to KNLY and Today's Entrepreneur. And this was really a great interview. So thank you and have a great day.
Thank you.